יפוסחו בחוכמו וסוירס חסדה לשוינו צויפיו הליכויס ביסו ולחם מצלוס לא יסויכם יפוסחו בחוכמו וסוירס חסדה לשוינו צויפיו הליכויס ביסו ולחם מצלוס לא יסויכם.
I find this is very difficult. Diane is with me all the time wherever I go, and there is so much to talk about Diane. She was such a very special individual, and growing up she was a beautiful child, helpful, beautiful, smart. I remember one incident when she had the chances of becoming valedictorian of her class, and Rabbi Steinberg or Rabbi Diskin, I'm not sure, talked to me and talked to her and told her she went to Bisyakov and told her that she would have to resign Bnei Akiva because it's just not right to have a Bnei Akiva girl being valedictorian. And she also belonged to Banos, and she belonged to Bnei Akiva. She was a matricha there, and she didn't even hesitate. Immediately she said no. She doesn't care about being valedictorian, but she's not resigning Bnei Akiva. And we were very proud of her decision. This is the kind of person she was in everything. I remember when she got some kind of award from the state of Maryland for being a special teacher.
Yeah.
And she never told me about it. And somebody, I forget who it was, gave me Mazel Tov, oh, your daughter. I said, for what? She said she got a special award for the state of Maryland. And when I questioned her, she said, oh yeah, I didn't want to brag about it, she said. So she didn't even mention it to us, which was another...
Was she the Maryland teacher?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was Diane there, the modesty.
Very modest.
Very modest.
Extremely modest.
But never like to take the credit away from anybody else. She was just a shining example of midot, tovot. She had such good... She was just a pure neshama, a pure child. She couldn't carry a grudge. Could never carry a grudge. It means somebody did a hurt of us and would hurt her, but she would get over it. She would say, well, it was probably my fault. And could laugh at anybody, but she could never say angry words. The most angriest word I remember her saying is, the policeman did this and this, and the child did this. It was stupid. That was the worst cuss word. I had a very serious heart operation and at Sharet Tzedek, and when I came out from the recovery room, who was the first one? There was Diane, our dodo, standing and welcoming me and saying, she says, you waved, Daddy. I said, I don't remember waving.
No, but she was getting her medication into
yeah, she was with that thing, with that IV. She was there standing and welcoming me back into the world. So, all I can say, in the summer, I'm sure is earlier that the kids have
continuing in her 7 beautiful children and all her grandchildren.
We are so proud of her children. Still miss her. We miss her terribly.
It is hard for me to believe that 5 years have passed. And many, many times the thought of what I've learned from Diane has kept me very occupied. There are a few lessons that I think are worth sharing with all of you. The first one is always make dessert first. I think she taught me that even when you have a big meal and a Seder or whatever with loads and loads of people, I think that sweet people make dessert first. So that is one. The other is the value of being present in the moment. Through her illness, she grew in many ways. And one is being able to appreciate the moment. And she did manage to really enjoy every moment with a family where a hug was much more than a hug and a kiss was more than a kiss. And a warm word was much more than a warm word. And I think that that's a lesson of just being mindful and present that I take with me every day. It's really important. And I hope that that her neshama has an aliyah from all the things that we have learned from her.
Sister Diane was able to teach and give over as a life lesson in 30 seconds is pretty much an impossibility. Everything in Diane's life, the way she behaved, the way she acted, was a life lesson, or lessons that she taught me and everyone around her whole life. Nevertheless, this is the task. And if I can sum it up, as Diane would do as a teacher, we'll give it a little bit of a CCC, CK. That you should have everything in life. Should you maintain control, composure, be calm, and be compassionate, and always have kids around you. That's the K. Children, K. Always have kids around you. Love them, listen to them, see them, hear them, accept everyone for who they are and what they are, and understand that each and every person is their own world. That's my life lesson, perhaps above all else, that Diane was able to impart.
The assignment I was given was to sum up my sister Diane Trégin, whom I'm affectionately called Dodo, to sum up her life, her midot, or lessons that she may have taught me. It is by far the hardest assignment I was ever given. The lesson is to always count your blessings, to begin with the gifts that are easiest to see, which is your family. Relish, appreciate, and love your family with all your heart. At the end of the day, they are what makes living worthwhile. Diane once said to me, the world is your classroom. You can learn so much from every place you visit and every person that you meet. If I had to single out the one most comprehensive lesson that Dodo taught me, I would say that this is it. Because if the world is your classroom, then anyone and everyone that you meet is your teacher. If anyone and everyone that you meet is your teacher, then you always have to be paying attention to each person that you meet, and you have to become a good listener like she was. This approach to life leads you to value every human being, as my sister did. Dodo was an amazing listener. Only when her opinion was asked for did Dodo give her advice. Her advice was wise, and it was doled out with carefully measured, honest words. Dodo was compassionate and the most sensitive human being I've ever come across. Dodo would cry if your child was hurt. Diane embodied chesed, but also emet. She lived an authentic life. She was real. There was nothing fake, phony about her. She was not a game player. The greatest lesson Dodo taught me was to strive to be the best that you can be and to make every moment count. Dodo made every minute, those 45 hours that she packed into a 24-hour day, count. and I don't know how she did it. Thank you, Dodo, for all that you showed us, taught us, and gave us. In your memory, we will try to live up to the high expectations you had for each one of us and the aspirations and lofty goals that you encouraged us to have of ourselves. May the neshama of Chava Toba Batal Yaakov Getzel have an aliyah.
איש חיים נמצא ורחוק מפנינים מכרה בוטח בו לב בלום ושלום לא יחזור.
For me, Diane was someone that I always looked up to and go to for advice because of her wisdom and her insights on life. One of the things that I learned from Diane was not to look at other people's flaws, but instead to look at myself and concentrate on what I can improve in myself. She always accepted people for who they are without judging. She gave unconditional love. One of her outstanding qualities was an ability to remember the small but important details even when she was so sick. One of the many stories that comes to mind is a few weeks before she passed on, my dad was also sick in the hospital, but I needed to feed his birds at home. Diane was very worried about me going alone, so she came with me. When we got there, she was so weak that she lay down on his bed. I found the birds not moving and told her that I think they are sleeping, but we both knew that they were not alive anymore. As she lay down on his bed, she started to sing Kel Ralei Rachamim. Even though she was so sick, she found a way to find humor. I learned so much from her shining example, which has helped me cope with life without her. So Diane, I hope that I passed my test with flying colors like you taught me. I am trying to do my best to be there for our family.
There are many things that I can say I carry with me from my dear friend Diane, a friend of so many years. But one of the most important things I think I carry with me are the memory of her kind, gentle, and sweet nature. She was always so soft-spoken and so genuine. There wasn't a word that came out of her mouth that wasn't from the heart. And that kindness, that gentleness, that soft-spoken nature stays with me in my heart. I see that she has given that over to each and every one of her kids. And I see when we come together and we see the love and we see the kindness and the chesed that she imparted in every single person that she knew, and she came in contact with her, and I loved her very much, and I miss her.
I would only add that I had the same experience because as a child we lived in the same neighborhood far away or further away from the Jewish community, and through her kindness and her friendship she would encourage me to join and come to Bnei Akiva, which of course led to other experiences, and in fact her friendship enabled me to meet Debbie, to speak with Debbie, to establish a relationship with Debbie, and her kindness and friendship lasted through all of these years.
The attribute that I'd like to talk about is the attribute of tmimut. Tamim normally means innocent, tamim tiyeh im Elokim. But in the case of Diane, I think tamim meant much more than that. It meant an authenticity, it meant being a genuine person, whether it was as a wife or as a mother or as a friend. She was genuine, she was authentic. She really cared about you, she really cared about what you had to say. And she understood what were the important things in life. The light that shone through in her eyes reflected the true light of her neshama. And that was the genuine soul, the genuine person of Diane. And being married to her and having the mazal to be together for so many years, I learned some very important lessons, and I learned the most important lessons in life from her. I remember before we got married, she asked me, how many children do you think you would like to have? And I said 2 or 3. I thought it was a nice family, and she began to laugh. And I understood then that she got things that I did not get. And therefore, when it came to all the important decisions in life, I understood that she understood what was most important and what was the genuine purpose of our being here, whether it was an aliyah or bringing up a beautiful family or choosing where we were going to live with our friends, being close to friends. She understood what was important and what was genuine in life, and everything that was not genuine she was able to discard from her life and push off on the side. And I think that's why we all really envied her, and we all looked up to her so much as a role model for all of us.
I think if I'll have to take something from Ima, from what I remember and from what I love, is caring about the other more than you care about yourself, is first taking care of other people. If I see that my friend or my cousin, my brother, my sister, my father needs help, so even though I'm not very good at that, but what I know Ima would do is always look to see what she can help and what can I help the other ones before I help myself. That's the biggest midah I would like to take from her.
So Shodi stole half of my midah I thought about, but one of the things I remember most about Ima is Ima's warmth towards people. How she would see someone, and her face would light up. And she would just see an ordinary person on the street that's not even a close friend, if it's a foreign neighbor or someone she just knows, she would really care about it, and she would say, hi, how are you? How are your kids? How are you doing? I see you're a little sad, what's wrong? I see you're happy, how are you doing? And everything. And she would very much care about people on that. Only say hi for the sake of saying hi. She would actually care about every person and actually ask and take care and do whatever she could to make the other person feel always better and light up their day.
I really connect to that point. I feel very much like you. I feel that Ima knew how to respect really everyone, how to give everyone the proper room, and how even a child, she would talk to a child like an adult. I remember her changing to our diapers on the changing table and even talking to her like an adult. She knew how to respect everyone, how to give everyone their own place, and part of that is knowing how to accept everyone. Knowing how to give everyone, each child needs his own special chinuch, needs his own special. One child you need to be softer with, one child you need more emotion. And she knew exactly the right proportions, how to give each child the right portions, exactly what they need. I think that was very, very, something that I take with me, the need to give everyone, to treat everyone properly, to treat everyone differently but equally. And that's what a real leader is, and that's what turned Ima into such a special person.
התכונה מאמא, העמידה שלה שאני הכי לוקחת איתי ורוצה לקחת וכל הזמן שואפת לזה, זה הכנסת אורחים. בעצם לא משנה מי היה מגיע, אם זה השעה לפני שבת, אפילו דקה לפני שבת, תמיד היה מספיק אוכל, הקלות שבה אמא מכינה ארוחות, שולחת ארוחות לאנשים. כל השנים שכל הנוער מארצות הברית שהיו באים, ואני כל הזמן הייתי מתעצבנת שאני צריכה לוותר על החדר שלי, ובעצם אמא הייתה מוותרת על הרבה יותר בשביל לארח את כולם. כמעט לא היה שבת שהיינו לבד.
כן, אבל גם הכנסת אורחים, אני חושבת שהתבטאה בזה שכל אדם שהיה מגיע לבקש צדקה, כל אחד, קודם כל היא הייתה מציעה לו כוס מים, ואם הוא רוצה משהו לאכול.
וגם היה לקטע עם הצדקה, אם כבר אלה, שהיא לעולם לא אמרה לא, וזה משהו שאני מאוד מנסה היום. גם שאתה יודע שבן אדם מרמה אותך, ואתה יודע שהוא לא באמת אני מנסה לתת לו אפילו את 5 שקלים. כי ככה אמא, היא תמיד אמרה, את לא יודעת מתי, מי זה ומה זה ומה הסיפור שלו, אפילו אם זה לתת כמה שקלים. וכשהיא הייתה באה והיא לא הייתה בבית, המקבצים אפילו ידעו להגיד, כן, הכסף נמצא במדינה למטה, אתם יכולים ללכת להביא לי, אמא שלכם תמיד הייתה, גם אם היו באים יום אחרי יום.
רציתי לדבר על התכונה של הרצון לדבר ולהבין מה הבן אדם מרגיש, ולא להשאיר דברים באוויר, ואם בן אדם מרגיש משהו אז לנסות לבוא ולדבר איתו, ואף פעם... זה לא רק עניין של רגישות, זה גם העניין של היכולת לראות מה עובר על כל מיני אנשים שמסביבך. והייתה לאמא מין תכונה כזאת שתמיד היא הייתה רואה, היא הייתה יודעת אם היה לי יום קשה, וגם כל מיני אנשים שהיו באים, כן, תמיד יכולתי לדבר איתה על זה. וגם כשזה הגיע למצבים שהיינו רבים, אז היא אף פעם לא רצתה שנלך לישון רבים, והיא הייתה כותבת מכתבים, היה לה ממש כאילו לפתוח דברים ולדבר על נושאים רגישים ולתת לך עצות.
אם לא היית רוצה לדבר, אז את המכתב הייתה משאלה מתחת לדלת, כי אין כזה דבר לא לתקשורת. תקשורת זה כאילו הבסיס של כל...
ממש, תקשורת אצלה היה האלף בית. אני חושבת שמה שאני לוקחת זה המסירות נפש שהייתה לה בגידול הילדים. הייתה לה איזושהי אמת פנימית שהיא ממש הלכה בעקבות האמת הזאת ולא הזיז לה שום דבר. הייתה לה את האמת של התורה. הייתה לה כזאת אמונה חזקה שהיא לא שרה ממנו ימינה או שמאלה. היא יודעה שזה אמת וככה זה צריך להיות ועל זה היא גידלה אותה. כמה זה השתרש חזק, הדברים שהיא לא ויתרה לנו עליהם, וכמה זה חלק מהאמת הפנימית של החיים שלנו ומהאמונה התמימה והטבעית שאנחנו ממשיכים איתה. זאת אומרת, גם זה שאפילו כל הזמן שהיא הייתה חולה, שהיא לא שעוד דברים אני יכולה לתקן בעצמי, וזה חלק מהאמת הכל כך מושרשת שהייתה, והיה לה את זה באמת בעיקר, אני חושבת עם הגידול ילדים זה היה מאוד מאוד חזק.
היה לה להגיד, היא לא הייתה מוותרת על עונשים.
זה היה דברים שהשתרשו בי בהבנה הזאת שמה התפקיד של הורה. שהתפקיד של הורה זה לחנך את הילד שלו, בין אם זה מוצא חן בעיני הילד ובין אם לא לעולם האמת, לעולם התורה. ואני חושבת שבגלל זה היא זכתה, ברוך השם, שכל הילדים שלה חיים בעולם האמונה הזה היום.
אני חושבת שהמידה שהיא הכי מאפיינת עבורי את אימא, והיא המידה שהכי הייתי רוצה לדבוק בה, זה האמונה התמימה. כאילו, מתוך האמונה הזאת, היא פשוט הייתה עושה הכל באהבה. אני זוכרת כאילו שבתות שהיא הייתה מעילה אותי לבית כנסת, והיא כאילו הייתה אומרת לי, יאללה, חייבים במהר, יש הלל בבית כנסת, אני לא רוצה לפספס את ההלל. ואני חושבת שזה באמת נובע מהמקום הזה שכל דבר שהיא עשתה בגלל שהיא האמינה בו עד הסוף. כאילו, היא למדה והיא הבינה וכאילו הכל בא מהלב, ממקום שמח, ממקום שלב, וגם כשהיא חלתה, אז בסעודת הודיה שעשינו, הסעודת המנים שהיא עשתה בבית, אז אני ממש זוכרת אותה אומרת שהיא לא שואלת הקדוש ברוך הוא למה זה קורה, אבל היא יודעת שזה קורה מתוך סיבה, ובן אדם שכל כך סבל ויודע שהמחלה לא תחזור לו, להיות מסוגל להגיד את הדברים האלה, ואמרה, אני לא יודעת מה הסיבה, אבל אני יודעת, אולי הקדוש ברוך הוא רצה שנרבה את התפילות. אני חושבת שאפשר להגיד שזה חור שלא יתמלא, אבל הוא בא איתנו לכל מקום.
Lehoy dois Lashem